Hey guys, what's up? So, this video covers a serious topic of sexual assault and manipulation, so if that bothers you, I would click off the video now. Also, I'm kind of stumbling over my words in the video. I was a bit heated after reading what I read, but I felt like I needed to make this video to raise awareness, as did this person who spoke out about it. So, yeah, with that being said, here's the video. So recently, something has been posted by the Regrets lead singer Lydia Night, and it kind of came to a shock from most people around this point in time as she talked about her relationship with someone in SWMRS, the band SWMRS at this point, that being Joey Armstrong, who just so happens to be one of the sons of Green Day's Billie Joe Armstrong. And after reading a lot of this stuff about Joey and what he did to Lydia, Billy, you need to set your son straight, because he's messed up in the head, at least with the way he goes about doing things. Now, as of right now, Joey's 25, Lydia's 19, they're both consenting adults now, but apparently back 3 years ago at this point, her age was 16 at the time when she got the DM from Joey Armstrong, who was 22 at the time, about his band SWMRS wanting the Regrets to tour with them, to basically open for them at this point. And they had their debut Feel Your Feelings full out that did pretty well, at least in some standpoint, so she was pretty excited. She was a fan. But apparently things between them got a little... well, there's a reason I'm not reading Lydia Night's post, mainly because it's 5 pages long and there's a shit ton she goes through. Just go to her Instagram, Lydia Night, and you'll figure it out, or go to the Regrets Twitter, and she'll leave a link to that post in there on the tweet, so you can read it all for yourself. But another reason is that I'm not reading it is it gets very, very sexual, and it would just be things that YouTube would not allow on this platform. However, I have to say some of these things, so just know that we're going into some pretty, not disturbing, but some controversial topics here and there with this stuff. So it started out kind of, regular, as Lydia would explain how they were secretly holding hands under pillows for the longest time, because obviously the age thing, didn't really want anybody catching on to the fact that they were kind of, getting intimate with each other, and it would get to a point where, he would always, say, I would never force you into sexual situations, this, that, and the other, and then yet would try to force her into sexual situations, and she would end up obliging sometimes, whether she wanted to or not. She mentioned about, basically giving him a hand job and whatnot. And she basically told us that she wasn't a virgin at 16, which might be TMI, but I guess with this situation it's like, relevant in some way. So she was kind of playing that, like, he knew that I wasn't a virgin, so he was trying to just, use that excuse to get me to do sexual acts with him. And he would always tell her that, I'm going to wait till you're 18 to actually have sex with you. And you know what that is? Those are the thoughts of a predator right there, man. I mean, Billie Joe Armstrong, at least with him, his personality is real, and he might say some shit that might get under people's skin, but he's not going out doing this shit. He would never abuse his power in the way his son has, considering this was, Lydia, who was a fan of the band that was, her band was chose to tour with, so obviously he's going to take this opportunity and do all he can. And with it, just led to a weird thing about, how he was manipulating her, and this relationship kind of carried on, and all of a sudden she then realized, after this whole thing was going down, and now that that relationship has since split, that she is a victim, and definitely needed to speak out about the situation, considering I think it was like a day ago or something, SWMRS had posted about this thing about how they are, feminist and all this kind of stuff, and they respect that stuff. And this is just Lydia Night kind of calling them out and saying, no, they're not. Don't believe what they're saying here. She also mentioned something about the band in itself while they were doing the tour, was saying, you should listen to us because, we are the main band on this tour. We are the front runners, the headliners, so therefore you're just the openers. You should listen to us so we can just kick you off this tour immediately. He made her not tell her parents about it, so she felt very, out of sync with them and all these other stuff, and some of her friends basically just kind of told her, alienate yourself from people, because I don't want you speaking about this, I don't want you talking to them and having this slip out of your mouth. Things got very, very upsetting and weird to hear. Now, she's in a nice, I would assume, nice current relationship at this point, so what, good for her. But it's even affecting her relationship now, as she did go into the post saying that when her and her new partner would be getting intimate, that she would just kind of cry out of nowhere, and she would kind of be like, it's a hard to explain thing, because she still remembers these moments with Joey where he would just manipulate her, and she would kind of just do whatever out of pity, or just because, this was the drummer of one of her favorite bands, so if she doesn't oblige, then, he might not respect her as much. And it just got very out of hand, and some of the stuff I was reading just made me really upset and angry. I'm not a SWMRS fan, but just seeing that someone would take advantage of their power, knowing that someone's a big fan and would basically do anything for them, and not only that, with her being underage at that point, it's just highly disgusting and not something that should be tolerated in the music industry. And I'm glad she's speaking out about it, not just to show us how hypocritical the band is, but also how Joey is just needs to be called out for the situation. It's nothing that he can come out and apologize about. It's all there. Now, there's two sides to a story, but Jesus Christ, I can't look at this and go, why would someone like this lie about this in this situation? Because then if she's caught lying, that just makes her look probably worse than the person she blamed, because then the person she blamed didn't do it at all, and she tried to ruin his career. But that's not what I think happened here. She is probably telling the truth 100%, and I just feel like whatever Joey says, if the swimmer speaks out about this, there's really nothing that they can defend with this. And I'm interested to really hear what Billie Joe thinks, because like I said, this is his son that's being accused of this stuff, and I feel like as a father he needs to step up and not defend his son, but he needs to talk to his son, and he maybe want to talk to Lydia about this situation and just be like, hey, tell me what happened, what went on, we need to figure this out. That's basically about it. Like I said, if you want to read the whole post for yourself, because there's a lot more she mentioned that I can't necessarily get through or just don't want to talk about in this case, you can go to the Regrets Twitter account, and they will have a tweet with the full message on Lydia's Instagram account, or you can go to her Instagram account, Lydia Night, and it will be there to read 5 pages. It's a lot of reading, but it's interesting and definitely upsetting to see someone go through this. But sometimes it takes a while for you to figure out that, holy shit, I was actually the victim of a situation like this, and now not only is she trying to just call out the person, but she's trying to set awareness for this. Like, this is a real thing. This is something that should be taken seriously and not swept under, the rug here. If you are underage and you see similar patterns to someone treating you like this who is, 18 or older, then you might need to, rethink your situation, or you might need to tell someone right away, because manipulative behavior like that should not be taken lightly anywhere, and especially with someone as a caliber of Mr. Armstrong here and the way he went about doing it. It's just a little scummy. Actually, it's not a little scummy. It's 100% wrong and horrible and disgusting what he did. So, yeah, that's about it. That's all I really have to say on the situation. It's all I really want to say on this situation, because I'm just not necessarily mad, but not even shocked either. Just kind of like, why would someone do this? I'm kind of like lost in the confusion. Like, why are you going to take advantage of someone like that and in the end lie to your fans about, oh, we support this and that. We don't like when women get taken advantage of or get hurt, when literally someone in your band did the exact same thing. So, yeah. I would like to hear your thoughts in the comments below, especially if you read the post. I want to know what you thought about it. And what do you think SWMRS rebuttal is going to be? Do you think Billie Joe will have to get involved in this and do some talking, or is that just something that he'll figure out behind closed doors, privacy, family thing? And that's it, guys. Catch you all in the next one.